I never anybody, but I got something to do with that. I got the streets on my back, carry it like I'm moving the. I told him the hunter, like he trying to move it up. It was like 11 in the morning, skipping school, that's a truancy about it. I made me some rest in the morning, I had me a pop by the morning, I had me some breaks by the morning, I had a six by the morning, I got on a meat, no pneumonia, the rats keep me up on the ocean, I had a in my shoulder, you got a picture, you got the picture me, Pacific ice, I'm an ocean, ready for war like I'm Russian, ladies should never the luggage, my diamonds they tussling. My neck and my belly, they calling for me and they, you want me like me and I look, yeah, her Rex on her, yeah, big Rex better calm down, yeah, if you go around, come around, yeah, whole squad, yeah, squad goes on me, yeah, make some orange gel on my toes, yeah, Farrakhan glass for the chosen, yeah, you can go and get mad, jumping in the bed with 2 dark team.
Coach, we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. A moment ago, through a shower of pyrotechnics, it was the hometown Broncos taking the field as they get set to do battle with the Los Angeles Rams. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air, there's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback. And they'll go on the ground. Space to maneuver at the 40 as he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
They go play action here on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Ndamukong Suh in there to get him for what will be a loss of 13 yards. Got to hope that's not a sign of things to come as they face an early second and long. Throwing now is Keenum. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
On third and long, it's Keenum. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that's caught inside the 30. And great yardage here all the way deep into Los Angeles territory. A big play there for the Broncos on third. 49 yards. So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for first and 10. And they'll run it here. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
On second down, here's Keenum. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, it's Keenum. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's fourth down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
And with a marker down, he's up just past the 25-yard line, but I think they're going to be going backwards. Let's check the call. Yeah, this is going to put them back with a not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Gurley again here on 1st down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. 1 yard officially on the pickup, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 11.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Throwing on 3rd, Goff. It's complete. This is Todd Gurley. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 48-yard line. A shotgun snap for Goff. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. It's caught at the 10. A gain of 39 that time. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after him. Put the pressure on him.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal. Back live now to begin the second quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Rams with a football to get us going. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. Six plays got him down here. This is play number 7, 3rd and goal. Out of the gun, Goff. Flushed out right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Adam Gotsis with a big-time sack on 3rd down. And it'll be a loss of 7. So on 4th down, here comes Greg Zuerlein to try and get 3 for the Rams. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So he had a chance to get him on the board there, but unfortunately that big yellow metallic structure in the back of the end zone, it had other plans.
And that's when we're kickers watching it the whole way saying, oh no, don't hit it. Rats.
Keenum going to lead the Broncos up now 1st and 10 at their own 21. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's Keenum now on 2nd down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And down he'll go at the 25. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender.
And the Rams got it. They bring him down. Aaron Donald coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. This is taken around the 12. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there, we've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
They go play action with Gurley. Now Goff. And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. Sewer Cravens in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Goff. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And Denver getting set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. And on the ground they go with a running back. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. 1 yard officially on the pickup, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 11.
Let's go, let's go.
Two minutes to play here in the 1st half. Back to Denver right after this. The Broncos on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
Blue 20.
A shotgun snap for Keenum. He's going to fire one deep into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 48, and they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
After the interception, here's Goff. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Sua Cravens with a pick. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they finally put it into this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away, and it's second down. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Second and 10, Keenum here again. Buying time to his left. Oh, he just needed to throw it away, but instead, out of bounds he goes, and that's a sack. It's a loss of 11 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Now Keenum. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see when they decide to do a play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give him a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
23 yards on the play. Now a play fake here on 1st down. It's caught left side by Cooks. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. On 1st down, it's Gurley. Room here to run. Todd Gurley, wave goodbye. Touchdown, L.A. Todd Gurley, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Rams are in for 6.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Already looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Now on the return, Brendan Langley. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned they're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Play action. Now it's Keenum. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
Very left, very left. Hey, Mike's right. Down.
On 1st down, Keenum looking deep downfield. This is caught inside the 15. 4 seconds left, and there's the timeout. In field goal range and a chance to tack on 3 before intermission. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And McManus able to put it through, and they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So they're still down, but they are able to salvage 3 here heading into the lockers.
This is what you work on from the beginning of training camp. Heading into the half, put some points on the board. No matter what the score says at that point, you've accomplished what you set out to do.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
A final shot before break here. Gone. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they're going to get the football just outside the 10 at the 11-yard line. So we've come to halftime. It's the visiting Rams taking the lead to the break. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. This will be taken in at the 1. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop him. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards on the play.
Here we go, fellas. Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Adam Gotsis, the big Aussie, in on the tackle.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
To throw on second down is gone. Gonna throw right side here, complete. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. First target, first catch, and a first down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. They'll try and push it in with Gurley. And he takes it across for a Rams touchdown. Todd Gurley with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Rams add on to their lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Akeem Talib. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Now Goff. And Cooks hands it over the middle. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or...
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Orange, orange, orange.
Now Goff on first down. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Back to the air. Goff on 2nd down. Over the middle. That's hauled in by Kupp. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it, because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic, and people wanting to put a little contact on him. Really well done.
And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this third quarter of play. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a two-score game. And Zerline's kick is good. And that will extend their lead here to 17-6. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a two-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
So the Broncos coming out now. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again.
And down he goes. Keenum is sacked.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Now a handoff looking right. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now third down. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Third and long. It's Keenan. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. Dante Fowler. Now before they run this fourth down play, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. The Broncos send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Try to sit on a lead and play that way. That doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch to death. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner. 100 yards or more in a game.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here's Johnny Hecker now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. Fielded just inside the 20. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Here's Royce Freeman, the first carry for the rookie. Freeman with a fast feet. They can't tackle it. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. Now they try the right side here. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. The tackle there by Mark Barron. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Akeem Talib. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So that right there was his second pick, but keep in mind, this is a guy who once had a rare 3-interception game in his career.
So what are you saying, that getting 2 in a game, that's like kid stuff for him? That's nothing. He's already
amateur
done that,
hour.
Right? Been there, done that. You know he wants a 3rd again.
They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Again they run with Gurley. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. The Rams on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. Back to the workhorse today. It's Gurley. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. 9 yards on the carry there, but it'll be 4th down now. Here's Johnny Hekker now as he's on to punt for L.A.